Hey there. Gosh, I hope I don't have too many windows open. But hey, hello everyone. This is Melissa McClary Davis with Wise Digital Marketing. Welcome to my Thursday Live. I have been doing this series of my favorite things live every Thursday over the next several weeks. And this is week 3, and we're going to talk about one of my favorite things, which is one of my favorite podcasts. Now, if you're a small business owner, you are busy. You don't have a lot of time. Sometimes reading is a luxury. I shouldn't say sometimes. A lot of times, reading's a luxury. But you want to stay on top of whatever is in your industry, skills, things like that, or you just want to make sure that you're capturing knowledge that you need to have to be successful in your business and to grow your business. And one of the things that I always do, I recommend if people are not into it, is podcasts. Podcasts are amazing, not only for you as a business owner or a student of marketing, but also as a way of just getting knowledge about a field, a study, information, or even entertainment. I love podcasts. I listen to a number of different podcasts. I subscribe to a lot of them. So for this one to be what my favorite podcast for 2023, um, says a lot. And so I'm about to talk about that podcast in a minute, but I did also want to mention about podcasts because there's twofold, right? I'm a marketer. So another thing about podcasts is that you have a captured audience. So I always recommend to my clients to consider using podcasts in their marketing efforts. It is a marketing tactic to get the word out about your business, your products, your services by either collaborating with a podcast and being on a podcast or sponsoring a podcast. And so you're probably asking, how do you do that? Well, there is definitely an approach, which I'm going to get to because that's kind of a thing about this podcast, to be able to do that, but also to just make sure that you are thinking about that in your overall marketing plan. When you are looking to do marketing for your business, it is just more than running ads. It's more than just setting up a website. There are strategies behind it. And that's something that I do in terms of my marketing blueprint. If you go to my website, you'll find out more information about that. But let's get on to it. Let's talk about your favorite things. And this is my favorite podcast. It's been my favorite podcast for a while, and it's my favorite podcast for 2023. So let me go ahead and add it to the screen. You should see it. I'm just going to make myself a little bigger. The Small Business PR Podcast by Gloria Chou. If you have not subscribed to this podcast, to her, I will try to leave as much information as I can in the comment after this live. And I'll also add it to the description if you're following me on YouTube. I'll make sure that information is in the description when I upload this as a video as well, and on Instagram and in Facebook. But Gloria Child's podcast, her Small Business PR podcast, PR. So you're asking, how do I get on podcasts? Well, you need to know PR. And when it comes to a lot of small businesses, you're wearing a lot of hats. And one of the hats I tell many of my small business owners is that, PR is important. You got to get the word out. You got to bring awareness. PR is the quintessential way to go viral. I know people are like, I want to post something and hopefully it goes viral. My business will take off. That's like the lottery. That's a crapshoot. If you want to have strategic intent, PR is tactics should be a part of your business. And Gloria does a great job working with small business owners, mainly women, which I love, but men can also participate too, in how to use PR to grow your business. Now, PR is one of those marketing skills that quite frankly, you can try to use AI and do some things. It's not going to go away. That is a skill that you need a professional person to do it with or to help you do it. And Gloria is that person. She has this this podcast where she gives amazing tips. At the time of this recording, she just had a podcast out on April 10th. She gave away so many gems and so many things, so much value in that I highly recommend you listen to it. And it's like only 10, 15 minutes. She has many great guests that she brings onto the podcast. One of my favorites is she chatted with Pat Flynn a while ago, which I appreciate. I always get motivated motivated by him and his story and what he's doing. And she has really in-depth questions. I love the questions that she asks, and she's so intentional, and she's so dedicated to the craft of public relations and how to do it right and how to be successful with it as a small business owner. You may not be able to afford a PR agency. Who can do that? I mean, I know even brands that, sometimes are able to carve out dollars for PR. It's expensive. So if you can learn some of the tactics and some ways of doing it, then that is definitely more par for the course. So this PR podcast that she has, and I'll put up her podcast as well. You can find it on Apple. You can find it on all the channels when it comes to the podcast. But it's a lot of in-depth information. Like I mentioned, 15 minutes, half hour, 45 minutes. She goes into details. She also has a great community. I highly recommend, and I'll have links in that as well, to be a part of her community out there, where she talks about what you can do as a business owner, as a small business owner, to really get the word out about your business. I also put a link in the fact that she does have, I think she has like a free masterclass. You can learn some gems there too, about PR. But the most important thing I just want you to do as a business owner is to make sure that you constantly keep what we call sharpening the saw and staying on top of your industry, of skills that you may need in your industry, on what you should do in your industry. And the Small Business PR podcast is one of my favorite things in 2023. So definitely subscribe to it. And if you haven't already, if you're watching me on YouTube, subscribe to the channel. I'll be adding more things as we go along this year, as well as, follow me, hang out with me on the socials. And if you need assistance and help in understanding how this PR fits within your marketing plan, your whole marketing mix, then just reach out to me. I have a free discovery call that you can just sign up for, and we can chat about it, and we can create what is that custom plan that you need to really grow your business, because there's things that you need to do in the right order, and you need to understand where PR fits in that order and when it should go. And I think that's something that is going to be advantageous to a lot of small business owners. So my favorite podcast of this year, make sure you listen to it. The Small Business PR podcast by Gloria Chou. She's amazing. I adore her. Listen for that podcast. All right, everybody, take care until next week. I hope that everybody has a blast, and I hope you're learning everything from this. Comment below if you want more information. And if you don't want to wait till next week to learn about the other ones, there's going to be a link as well in the comment where you can get all my favorite things right now, where you don't have to worry about it. I have a nice little PDF that I can send it to you. So take care. Talk to you soon.